Just let it go. It is what it is. You let it go. Put it in God's hands and he'll carry it. God is great.
Is it that simple?
God is great. Don't get no simpler than that, bro.
The way you know it now, did you know it before that incident took place?
You can know it all you want, but until you got to pick up that cross that you can't carry, and he picks it up for you and carries you and the cross, then you know.
Some people will meet you one time in life and swear they know you. I know we all had that moment when someone will come say what's up to us, but you really ain't even remember who they was, so you just play it off. Some people will think or assume that they really know you or still claim to know you, even though they missed half the canon events that made you who you are now. Like a song without any ad-libs or an unfinished painting. But the reality of it is, with the way things are going, you can define yourself. And to be honest, you need to. The only reason that sounds corny is because most people have never actually tried to. A lot of us may think identity is something you could just find or even pull out your ass. But as humans, identity is something you have to build and then maintain. Most people that try to define you do it when they can't seem to understand you. Sometimes for most people that lack of understanding can be uncomfortable to sit with. And you'll probably ask why some people are even worried about you in the first place. But it could be anyone, from your parents to your close friends. People like comfort, people like familiarity. You only start believing them because in most cases you never even got the chance to find your own fulfillment and own meaning for your own life yet. It's easier to project our own issues onto someone else rather than facing them ourselves. But still, friction and discomfort is needed for true character development. You could take your name back at any time without being delusional or being crazy about who or what is defining you. You don't become stuck anywhere by choice. Some things are interchangeable, but that doesn't include you. Changing doesn't mean becoming someone better for the world. Too commonly nowadays, there's this pressure to do more and be better. We're sold this idea that we're never enough through these technological devices. Until you create your own bar of satisfaction, you'll climb an endless ladder. We are supposed to be changing the world. Don't let the world change you. And if we're being honest, humans need shortcuts. It's easier to choose between cake and cookies than cake, cookies, chips, and biscuits. I don't know. We're all complex and uniquely different. So different that it makes it impossible to define what we are as a whole. So when people can't predict you, they label you. They might call you an awkward, weird freak, or they might try and clown you for doing something out of the norm. I think we hear this a lot from the older generation, but you may even be called a lazy bum, or too emotional, or too sensitive. You're always labeled as too much or too little. So what is it? Labels are a quick fix to the complexity of human life. Labels can fuel people's control. That's why these world leaders be tweaking now. It's why they've been able to divide us the way they have been. And once a label sticks, people start treating you like that label is law. We've seen it time and time again with different marginalized groups. And the most dangerous part is when you start performing the role just to avoid the stress of fighting it. I fell victim to this so many times in life, but I think a perfect example is with a lot of black brothers getting pulled into street life. And it can be easy to overlook that because black people get policed the most. Once people start making you out to be a villain, you start questioning and internalizing the title, not because you want to, but when people keep treating you a certain way, it gets harder to break out that perception. Or if they call you the quiet kid long enough, you'll stop talking even when you have something to say, because now you gotta stay quiet and nonchalant or your mask falls off. Or if you're considered funny, you'll feel guilty being serious. This whole channel took a 180 if you look at my catalog. And while I'll always make little jokes here and there, you get stuck in a box after a while. If you want to be safe, here are 3 ways people get their identity stolen. That time you told someone some big news or change in your life, and they kind of just shrug it off or give a fake smirk like this. Yo. Most people don't care that you changed or made progress because it's more convenient for them if you didn't lose that part of you that used to do this thing or didn't do the other thing. I'm speaking very generally, but people don't own you. It's true that most people are okay with being where they're already at, and that's fine. If you want to be there, you can be there. But watch people closely when you try and create your own definition of life, because you got to see who bucks at it versus who supports you for real, for real. It could be your family, friends, partners, teachers. They don't always want what's best for you. They may want the version of you that makes their life easier. I mean, people can always claim they know the best for you from their own experience. But if you never experienced it for yourself, how can you feel the weight of your own life decisions? I don't even know what's best for me. And sometimes you don't even believe you can become better. So you cling to that safe identity or whichever box fits you the best. It's easy to not be disciplined, to be sad all the time, lack confidence, and then chalk it up to, that's just how I am. But that phrase, that's just how I am, is like a box with a little paint on it. Like, you're like SpongeBob in that one episode where he was in the box and he was doing the imagine. That's you. That's you right there. And quick detour. Someone called me Slum Bob. What? Slum Bob SquarePants in the comments. Don't call me that. Me and my spatula It's a very special relationship. All right, but for real though, let's get back on track. Let's get back on track. This is where people mess up. This is where people mess up. Defining yourself doesn't mean saying the old corny lines like, I'm him, I'm the greatest. If you don't have no proof to back it up, that's not confidence. You're role playing, buddy. Half of y'all might as well become actors at this point. Fake it till you make it is dumb as hell when you do it the wrong way. Be real with yourself. And then if you want to fake it in front of anyone else, that's all up to you. But pick an identity and execute that identity. And let the receipts speak for themselves. Because being disciplined means doing the things we all hate doing. Yeah, like washing dishes and taking out the trash. But even deeper than that, getting those assignments done, finishing that workout, getting on your knees and saying that prayer. You stop skipping your prayer. I always try to keep promises to myself because the same way you never forget the way other people treated you, you'll never forget how you treated yourself. Last month, I tried to upload every day, and I'd say we got 80% of the days, and I kind of lost track of a lot of other shit in my life, but it's okay. All these promises also means respecting yourself. To set boundaries and then enforce them. You can't become somebody by just declaring it. It's always an act of repetition that'll take you further than the day before. You become somebody by moving like it until it becomes boring and then still doing it after. Some of y'all gotta start affirming yourselves more. Tell yourself you can do things instead of what you can't. Like, you can be an honest person. You can follow through with your words. You can protect your time and your peace. But then you need to do it. The point isn't even the task. Some people will fight your growth because the new you forces everyone around you to confront the fact that they also could have changed. So pay attention to those triggers. Like when someone says you're doing too much, or they tell you that you have an ego. It's okay to be different. It's okay to change. Just be confident in yourself. When the world is going to shit, the confident person seems the craziest. I made that up, but I think there's some quote that's similar to it. When you define yourself, you no longer need permission to exist or to negotiate your worth. You can't let the old yous hold you back. You gotta carry them. Like you carrying your little offspring or something. The goal was never to convince the world. The goal is to become so consistent that you believe in yourself when no one else does. You can't find identity. You create it. And hold on. And you're not who they remember. You're who you repeat. You could lose anything and everything at any moment. That girl, that boy, that car, that money, that body. But you can never, and you should never, lose yourself. Amen. See you soon.
Wow, that was so powerful.
Everybody was corny to me. Everybody was weird to me. Everybody was manipulative and exploitive. And it just smelled like bad breath